Alrighty, y'all. How you going? Hope you are having a great day, great night, whatever it is when you're watching this. We're watching the 20 best Queensland national parks and none other than Australia. National parks is something that, I quite enjoy. I think many people quite enjoy. Don't quite know who wouldn't enjoy beautiful scenery at a national park. And Australia has got tons and tons of them. It's one of the most exciting things I've ever learned about Australia, though there's so many. Quite frankly, it would take me forever to learn in depth about all of them. If you haven't noticed, I've been looking at a lot of Queensland stuff kind of lately. It looks like just a spectacular place for sure. It's so big and full of variety and looks very scenic and warm. This video is from a channel called Aquarius Traveler. So if you want to watch this whole thing uninterrupted, definitely check them out with a link down below, and definitely check out their channel. They're a smaller channel, so I love shouting out smaller channels. Go check them out. And this, of course, was a Discord suggestion from T-Girl from quite a while ago. So remember, I always look at suggestions, even if they're older. You never know when it'll come on the channel. Let's check it out.
Island National Park is just a short drive from the Queensland capital of Brisbane. It's one of the few islands you can actually drive to, but you'll need a four-wheel drive to access
Bribie Island. Nice.
the national park areas.
See, I think you're always in a good spot when you need a four-wheel drive to access the area. Means it's going to be, raw. That means it's going to be beautiful and scenic, right? It's not covered in parking lots.
You'll need a four-wheel drive to access the national park areas. The national park covers nearly 1/3 of the island, which is full of wildlife, it's uninhabited, and some beach camping spots.
Nice.
It's the fourth largest sand island in the world, coming behind Fraser, Stradbroke Island, and Moreton Island.
How cool. Doesn't that just look
The
fun?
most popular
Wow.
pastime in the Bribie Island National Park would be fishing, swimming in the lakes, swimming in the beaches, jet skiing the waters, or driving the four-wheel drive tracks. But the beach
I would just love taking such a long time driving a four-wheel drive, truck or SUV around these beautiful sand islands that are so so common in Australia. It's really cool. This kind of experience would be a little harder to find here in the U.S. This exact experience that's not like totally crowded or something.
beach camping is one of the
I mean,
hardest
this just looks so fun, right? It just looks so relaxing. I feel like I need this.
places to get into due to its popularity.
Damn.
Lamington National Park is a big favourite to
Lamington,
visitors in
nice.
the area and only a short drive from the Gold Coast.
Cool.
This is just one of the national park in a series included in the Gondwana Rainforest and was UNESCO
cool.
World Heritage listed in 1994.
Wow.
You have over 160 kilometres of hiking trails that allow you to explore the magical bushland, waterfalls, and local wildlife. These can range
Some big historic trees in there for sure. I mean, walking right under that's pretty cool.
from 1 kilometre to 21 kilometres long, which allows you to choose
Beautiful.
what's best for your situation and the amount of time. A big
Wow.
favourite would be driving to O'Reilly's Rainforest Retreat and basing yourself from there. You'll have access to the first treetop walk built in Australia with 9 suspension bridges, along with feeding the Rosella birds.
Whoa. How cool.
The Wellfield National Park is located in
that.
outback Queensland, right near the small town of Windora. This is one of your best ways to experience the arid, desolate Australian lifestyle and see those gorgeous, vibrant red colours.
Oh, man.
It's
Sign
best to
me up for
access the
that.
park in a four-wheel drive and might be handy for a
Damn, that is beautiful. I am one of those people that think the Outback is just gorgeous. I love the desert. The Outback has its own flavor, right? Look at that contrast of that odd, it's like an odd bluish green color. The scrubs, the bushes, right? And then just that unbelievably rich, just red orange soil and sand. It's just unreal. It's such a cool look. It really is.
if it's a really hot day. There are different driving
Damn.
paths to follow when exploring the national park, and we completed the river and the desert drive.
Oh, look at that.
The river drive is very short and displays the Barcoo River system and
Cool.
the local wildlife. The desert drive would have to be the most popular, and the highlights would be the bright red dirt lining the roads
Yeah.
and in the sandhills.
Damn, that looks fun.
North Stradbroke Island, or Minjerribah, lies off the coast of Brisbane and is a short 40-minute ferry ride from Cleveland.
What? How did she say that?
Island, or Minjerribah, lies off the coast of
I don't know.
of Brisbane and is a short 40-minute ferry ride from Cleveland.
She said it. I'm going to leave that to
of the
her.
island is listed as national
Beautiful
park,
area.
and Macondamuka people are the original owners.
Wow.
A small community has been built here over the years, and the island has
Look at
2,000
that.
people permanently living there.
Oh, how cool.
There are lots to do on the island, including finding secluded lakes, swimming at the many beaches, spotting whales and kangaroos from around the Gorge Walk, and
Damn.
absorbing the rich Indigenous history.
How nice. Look at
You can
that.
get around the island in your own two-wheel drive or use the public transport.
You know what amazes me? I know we've said it before. I just can't drive it home enough. So many of these unbelievably scenic beaches in Australia with this just gorgeous blue skies, this unbelievably aqua water, like this aqua colored, just green, blue, like perfect looking ocean water, right? What's crazy is when we look at this one, for example, we have these two people in the shot here and really no one else. Like, how... Like, for me, I just can't picture, like, everywhere in the U.S. is so crowded. If you're somewhere like this, if you're somewhere scenic where you want to be, let's say, it's going to be crowded, right? East Coast, West Coast, Southern Coast, it doesn't matter, right? It's just so, everywhere is so populated here. And, it is what it is, right? It can be fun in its own way, but to have, like, it's a lot harder to find isolation and just like take in amazing views like this and hear the ocean and all that stuff, not on the same level, right? Like you would in Australia. It just blows my mind that you can literally have this whole beach to yourself, basically, right? I can't drive home enough how cool that is and how lucky that is, right? For people in Australia that get to enjoy this. It's very unique. I mean, a lot of places, like Mexico and the United States, with some cool beaches, they're going to be a lot more crowded than this. It's just how it is. It's nothing like
or
that.
hire a scooter for the day. But a
You
four-wheel
can drive
will
all
come in
over 'em
handy
and
for accessing
camp and have a picnic and eat and just do anything you want. I mean, you have so much space to yourself.
the national park areas.
It's so cool.
The Carnarvon Gorge National Park is located about 9 hours west of Brisbane and a must-do if you're into hiking.
Nice.
You can explore some of the highlights on a day visit, but better over a few days to a week. You have one main hike, which is over 20 kilometres return.
that.
But this increases
Ooh.
with the smaller hikes off the main track.
Cool looking sort of slot-style canyon, right?
It's best to plan out your days and find out what's suitable to see in your length of time and fitness. The
Look at
amphitheatre
that.
has to be one
Oh,
of my
man.
favourite highlights,
How cool.
along with the Moss Garden.
Wow.
But I also love the rock pools, Mickey's Creek, and Warumba Gorge.
Wow, that looks like a fun place.
Porcupine Gorge National Park is another
Nice
big
name.
highlight to explore in outback Queensland, but located in the northern part of the state near Hughenden.
Ooh, look at that.
It's known to the locals as Little Grand Canyon and contains hikes, lookout
Little Grand Canyon, that's awesome. Look at that. It's like a perfect triangle right there, isn't
points
it?
and the most
Ooh.
amazing pyramid rock formation.
Yeah, pyramid. It's like a pyramid for sure.
This national park is 54 square kilometres in size, but the
Wow.
canyon itself is 25 kilometres long. The sandstone cliffs were eroded away over time by the rushing water, which has also formed the pyramid.
That's really neat.
You can explore the gorge in two parts by the lookout point on the south side or by hiking into the riverbed on the northern end. The hike into the gorge will take about an hour return, but it should only be done during the winter season with less water around. The rocky holes in the riverbed collect water and is sometimes great for swimming.
Nice.
Just off the coast of Townsville in North
Magnetic
Queensland, you
Island.
have the beautiful Magnetic Island National Park.
Look at that.
Ferries
Gorgeous.
leave from Townsville Marina about 10 times a day and take 30 minutes to get there.
Jeez.
It's around 52 square kilometres in size and has about 2,000 permanent residents. You can see most of the highlights on a day trip to the island, but better explored over a few days just to absorb all that
Yeah.
the island has to offer.
This place looks beautiful, very exotic. I would definitely, most of these, especially when you see a place like this, yeah, this is not one day. Like, you need to spend at least 2 or 3 days here, for sure.
There's a few different
Look at
beaches
that
to explore,
water.
like Alma Bay,
Oh my God.
Arthur Bay, Radical Bay, or Horseshoe Bay.
Basically, the one, if I had to describe all these not only national parks, but especially like these coastlines and the water and the beaches, I think of just pure. Like somehow Australia just has these pure, amazing like beaches with the clearest water, I swear. And it's just spectacular. Like I think it's just great, and it should be acknowledged how massive of a landmass, of a country Australia is, but how much of it just seems so pure and beautiful in this rawest form, right? It just seems like it's very well taken care of. Pretty
epic,
I bet.
On the other hand, you can find plenty of snorkeling around.
Damn.
Hiking the forts for the views.
Snorkeling. Would I go snorkeling? That's something I've never really thought about. I don't know if I would be, I don't know if that would be my thing or not. I probably would try it. Maybe. It depends. I don't know. Have you gone snorkeling? Is it cool? Is it scary? Is that something you would do? Is that something you wouldn't want to do? Let me know.
Or seeing the allied rock wallabies.
Oh, look at that
Or
wallaby.
even scouting
Hey,
for koalas.
what's up, buddy? And the
The
koalas.
Springbrook National
Always
Park
fun.
is located in southeast Queensland and an easy day trip from Brisbane or the Gold Coast. It's
Cool.
over 6,000
Wow.
hectares in size and part of the UNESCO World Heritage listed Gondwana Rainforest.
That's beautiful. Dang.
Transport back into the Jurassic Age and explore
Yeah.
areas that border on a prehistoric volcano that once spewed lava and basalt across the landscape.
Oh my God,
This
that's so
created
cool.
picturesque structures, waterfalls, and many different trails for beginner walkers and expert hikers.
Can I just say, this
The
video
national-
is very well done. So great job from this channel. Definitely check out their stuff further. And as well, can you believe that these are all, we're not even halfway through the video. Can you believe these
contain
are all
walking
from
trails
one
that range
state? It's
300
all from
metres to
Queensland.
54 kilometres and visit beautiful locations
Jeez.
like the Natural Bridge and Purlingbrook Falls. These are breathtaking views, lush forests, lots of different wildlife to find, and relaxing rainforest sounds.
Look at that. Look at that
Best
waterfall.
of all is you
My
can
God.
access this with a standard two-wheel drive vehicle, but the roads are long and windy.
Hey, long windy roads are fun.
The Cape Hillsborough National Park is located along the coast of Queensland, about 40 minutes north of Mackay.
So Queensland strikes me as pretty mountainous. I mean, yeah, there were parts of the outback that look flat, but almost all of these, especially I guess by the coastline, they're just very exotic, right? Very mountainous, very lush. It's just so cool. It's so like what you would picture as like a beautiful tropical vacation. That
The
is
high
so
tide
cool.
brings sea pods and kelp to the Cape Hillsborough beach every day, and this is a delectable
them.
feed for the kangaroos. And the early mornings is when they like to rummage around for something to eat. And as quickly after the sun rises, the wallabies or kangaroos will retreat into the surrounding bushland. Therefore, it's best to get to the beach at least 30 minutes before the sun is supposed to rise.
Wow. So that is early morning endeavor for sure.
The Girraween National Park is located in southern Queensland, about 3 hours from Brisbane and 30 minutes from the town of Stanthorpe. It contains the famous Pyramid hiking track,
Oh my
finishing
God.
1,100 metres above sea level with a large balancing rock up the top.
Oh, how cool.
The
is
Pyramid
that?
track is only 3.6 kilometres return, but it will take you 1.5 to 2 hours to complete. Most of the track is dirt, but well formed and easy to walk.
That looks
The
fun.
last few hundred metres require scaling the side of a mountain
Ooh,
and
perfect.
sometimes crawling with your hands.
That looks so fun. I love hikes on like big rocks like this where you just kind of have to get creative. Gotta be careful, right? You might do a little bit of crawling, a little bit of lifting. That looks fun. That looks really fun for
Once
sure.
at the top, you're brought to the most unimaginable 360-degree views of the surrounding countryside.
Damn.
And the miraculous 10-ton and 7.5 metre high rock formation, balancing on its own.
That's so cool. Yeah, and who doesn't love
The
balancing
Conondale
rocks
National
like
Park
that?
is 2 hours north of Brisbane and a big favourite with the locals, especially for Balloomba Creek and the freshwater swimming.
Nice. Look at that.
Depending
4x4
on the rainfall at the
action.
time, you will more likely need a four-wheel drive to access
Ooh,
the
that's-
Rocky Creek crossing,
that's
which
some
gets
deep
higher
water.
after a lot of rain.
Ooh.
Once you're in, there are two main sections to visit. The first is for bush camping and swimming in a small freshwater creek. The water is refreshing, crystal clear, an amazing oasis away from the big city life.
Dang.
Apart from that, you have a 30-minute one-way hike and a waterfall for swimming at the Balloomba Creek Falls. This is about 10 kilometres away from the camping section, and you can enjoy a natural massage with the water pressure coming down.
Okay, so question. I should have asked this at the beginning, and maybe I'll ask at the end, in case people skip around. But now I hope you don't think this is a dumb question. because this can vary within the U.S. That's why I'm asking. Are all these national parks that she's mentioning here, is this something that varies? Or are they all paid for, like you have to pay to get in, to see them, to hike, to camp, all that stuff? Or are they free? So yeah, are they all free? Are they all paid? Or is it a mixture? Go ahead and let me know that, if you will, because in the U.S. it does vary, right? Some national parks are more expensive than others. Of course, the names are escaping me. I want to say there's a couple that are like free or like really, really cheap. And then, of course, there's like national monuments that are basically national parks but not national parks. And then some of those are free. I don't know. It's like confusing, right? So it's kind of all over the place. Of course, we have something really cool that maybe you guys might have as well. I'm not sure. We have like different park passes, so you can get like the America the Beautiful pass, and instead of paying a fee like every time you go to different national parks, you just pay like, I can't remember what it is. I have it. I think it's like $60 for a whole year, and you can visit the national parks as much as you want. So that is like a steal, right? That is like totally a steal, because some national parks are $20 a person for one visit, whereas you pay $60, you can go every day for a year. You know what I mean? It totally pays for itself, and that goes for all the national parks in the U.S. So, yeah, do you guys have something like that too? I guess I would raise that question. So, yeah, I was just throwing that out there.
About 2 hours inland from Rockhampton, you'll come to the Blackdown Tablelands National Park. It's 47,000 square kilometres in size and popular for its rock pool swimming locations. Accessing the park is by four-wheel drive only, but driving is relatively flat with some elevation.
That's hard to find. You're not going to find that in the U.S.
Rainbow Falls and a beautiful swimming hole to cool off in. It's about 4 kilometres return to complete, but requires going up and down 240 steps into the gorge. You're surrounded by amazing palms and listening to the different animals.
Jeez, that is so cool.
Apart from that, there's an alternate route off this track to other rock pools, which happens to be one of Queensland's most Instagrammable locations.
That looks epic. Wow.
Well, you can't get more remote than Birdsville in outback Queensland, and this time exploring the Mungathiri National Park.
Mungathiri.
The Big Red Sand Dune is the largest sand dune in Australia and a bucket list item.
That looks pretty sick.
It's the first of 1,100 parallel sand dunes travelling into the Mungathiri National Park, or the Simpson Desert.
Ooh, nice.
Challenge the drive up and head further into the park.
Nice spot for wheeling,
You'll feel like you're in a whole other world visiting here, and you'll have lots of fun exploring the dunes and local flora. Not to mention being the best spot at sunset.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You will need your own four-wheel drive to access the national park. However, tours are available from Birdsville just to take you to Big Red if you don't have one.
Damn,
I recommend a fly net too, as the flies can get really bad during the daytime. Barron Gorge National Park is located about 40 minutes from Cairns and often explored along with Kuranda Village.
Dang.
You can obviously go on a self-drive tour through the park, but one of the best ways to see it would be aboard the Kuranda Scenic Railway.
Damn, right.
This is a 2-hour journey through the rainforest and stopping off at the ever-popular Barron Falls.
That is so
Mind you,
beautiful.
these falls are best visited in the summertime from December to March for the greatest amount of water.
Jeez.
You can spend a few hours up in Kuranda, but the journey back can be booked on the Skyrail gondola. This gives you a very different aspect of seeing the national park by towering over the top of it.
Wow.
Rainbow Beach holds the mainland section to the
Great Rainbow Beach is epic. I've seen this in one video before. Look at that.
But obviously, this one is easy to get to on your own.
It's so cool.
It's located about 3 hours north of Brisbane, and there are 2 main sections to get a feel for this beautiful national park.
Jeez.
The first is a lovely Puna Lake and swimming in the fresh waters filtered through the white sand. The return hike will take 1.5 hours, and certain sections will have you walking uphill. The extra energy you burn is worth it after you reach the lake and jump in. Apart from that, you have the stunning Carlo Sandblow, which is a 15-hectare sand mass. This is great for sandboarding and often used for hang gliding or parachuting off the coloured sand cliffs.
That is so cool, isn't it? Oh my God.
You will need a whole day or at least half a day to explore the Bladensburg National Park. The entrance to the national park is 20 minutes outside of Winton in outback Queensland and roughly 850 square kilometres in size. So expect a bit of driving once you get there. It holds several different sites to explore, like the Shearing Shed, Scrammy Gorge,
what's up, little guy?
the Octopus Tree, Skull Hole, and Scrammy Lookout. Don't forget to be on the lookout for local bird life like pink cockatoos or galahs.
Wow.
And there are heaps of plants and animal
How cool
life
are
that you
those?
can encounter along the way.
Beautiful landscape. I love it.
The Bunya Mountains are located about 1.5 hours north of Toowoomba, great for hiking, and all surrounding the small community of Dandabar. You can design a hike around your schedule and fitness level in the Bunya Mountains, and most of the trails lead into each other. Therefore, you can make a shorter walking trail into a longer one by joining them together. Two-wheel drive vehicle and well known for containing the rare Bunya pine tree.
That is
This is
pretty
a
neat.
massive tree, roughly 20 to 50 metres in height,
Jeez.
dome-shaped with pine needles. From December
That
to
is
March
wild.
each year, these trees produce dozens of massive cones
Oh.
filled with nuts.
What?
And while weighing up to 10 kilos, they can act like a cannonball when falling to the ground.
That is wild. Alrighty, y'all, that's going to do it for this one. That was spectacular. This was a really long video, very in-depth, really well done. So I really do appreciate that suggestion. And great work again. Definitely check them out in the link down below. I did skip around, so I actually did watch the whole thing right now, but in editing, you know, I'll cut a few parts out to keep it a little shorter, and of course to, you know, give incentive to watch the full original video as I usually do. So yeah, this was just really great. Queensland is just gorgeous, and I'm just amazed at the landscape. I really am. Remember, this is not 20 national parks around Australia. This is just in one state. Pretty epic, if you ask me. So, yeah, really, really cool. I mean, even in theme, this doesn't happen much, but I do it sometimes. I'm in theme for this video, so we're looking at Queensland, and I'm in a Brisbane Broncos jersey here, so yeah, look at me, right? Pretty cool, huh? But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear your comments on this one. And of course, keep your awesome suggestions coming. Please throw a thumbs up on there if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to be part of this amazing community. This was just awesome. Oh, I wish I could just transport there like, you know, why haven't they invented teleportation like that, right? Like, just wake up right here. Alrighty, y'all. My name is Ian. You're watching IW Rocker, and until next time, I'll catch you later.